Welcome to Dawn Will Always Come. Today I'm here with my friend Bonnie, and she's going to share some experiences that she's had with her family from the other side of the veil, family members that have passed on, and different experiences she's had with family history and that kind of thing. She's a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, same as me. And so that kind of gives you an idea of context of where this is coming from. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is really big into not just family, but also family that has passed on and getting to know our ancestors, who they were, and things like that. So welcome, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is exciting. All right, so what story would you like to share with us first?
Oh gosh, my husband and I, my first husband and I, before we were married, there was a time when I was just really struggling. I was depressed. Things were just really hard for me. I was going to university. I didn't have any money, and my family lived far across the city. I didn't have transportation. I didn't drive. And I was just having a really hard time. But my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, he had just joined the church.
Okay.
And did not yet have the priesthood. Well, I had been thinking for months about asking for a priesthood blessing. And I didn't want to do it lightly. I wanted to see if I could handle whatever on my own. And then finally, but I guess there was a problem in our singles ward where a lot of the girls were just asking for a priesthood blessing every week, or every day. And I was just getting carried away. So when my home teachers came over, back then, I'm ancient enough to have had home teachers, I asked if I could get a priesthood blessing. And they were like, well, you wait a week or two, and if you still need one, we'll give you one. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's strange. Okay.
And so then it was later on, I was crying about this. I phoned my boyfriend. I'm like, I phoned my dad. I was like, hey, Dad, what are you doing today? And he gave me this long list of things he was doing. I was like, okay, I can't ask him. All right, so then I phoned my boyfriend. I'm like, I can't get a priesthood blessing, and I've just been dying for months, and all the melodrama. And so then he said, well, how about if I come over and read you your patriarchal blessing? I mean, at least it's a blessing. So he did. So we're about halfway through the blessing, and all of a sudden he goes, whoa. And I'm like, what? And he goes, the room is filling up.
Oh.
So I tuned in, and sure enough, I could feel this just growing feeling of joy and a spirit, and we basked in it for about 10 minutes or so, and it just was full. And then after about 10 minutes, he said, they're leaving now. And it was like this party was going on the other side of the veil, and they're leaving now. And I said, yeah, I can feel it. It's dissipating. And it wasn't till years and years later. Here I was, I think I had 3 or 4 kids, and they had destroyed something again in the house. And I was my husband came home from work, and I was just fuming on the couch because something had just happened. And later on, he gave me a blessing, and I was told, cast my mind back upon that night when my husband read my patriarchal blessing to me. And he said, that night your children were there. And they have not been sent to you to weaken you or distress you. They've been sent to strengthen you. And that really changed my perspective about my children.
Oh, yeah.
Is that they were now just not this chore. They were a blessing to me. So that was one really powerful.
And that's easy to forget when your kids are young and all this chaos and everything, and it's just, it's hard as a mother or a father, and yeah, we get overwhelmed, and it's hard to remember some of those things that
100%.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a cool story. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Okay.
You want any more?
Yeah, of course.
I had one time, my oldest daughter was maybe 2 or 3, and she was sick. And so every night she was waking up like 5-6 times a night. We had a new baby. We were exhausted. And my husband was working overtime, and I was here with this sick child and this baby. And anyway, so one night we're laying in bed, and she started crying yet again. And we're just like both laying there, just like 2 rags, just exhausted. And I was like, I'll go. And he like reaches his hand. No, it's okay. I'll go. No, I'll go. And we just went back and forth like that for a little while, and then finally, and we're just laying there, just too exhausted to move. And then finally, in exasperation, I said, "Oh, Heavenly Father, couldn't you go this time? She's your daughter too."
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we heard the sound of someone softly singing in my daughter's room. To me, it sounded just like me. And I was like, "Are you hearing what I'm hearing?" He's like, "Yeah, someone's singing." I'm like, whoa. And we just lay there. We never went in to check. We just like went back to sleep. So that was really strange.
Because the child, your daughter calmed down and was settled.
She fell back asleep, and she never woke up for the rest of the night.
Oh.
Which was amazing. Yeah. So fast forward the time to years later, my parents are going on a mission to New Zealand.
Oh, cool.
And some of my aunts and uncles came up from Cardston to be at the farewell, like it's a mission farewell, right? And I sang a solo at their mission farewell. Well, my aunts and uncles came up to me afterwards and said, "You sound just like Grandma Lowry. Exactly like her. Your voice is just like hers." And she had been legendary in the family for her beautiful singing voice and how much they loved that she sang around the house and stuff like this. And it wasn't until later, but I finally put 2 and 2 together. That was Grandma Lowry that came and sang to my daughter. And it occurred to me, we have angels, we have ministering angels. Well, who would have more invested in us than our ancestors?
Yeah.
And so although I never really got to know my Grandma Lowry in this life, I did get to know her that way.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did that change how you felt about her after that, knowing that that was her?
Well, yeah, because like I really had compassion for her because singing has been a big part of my life. And later on I read a story where she was singing in church, but she had 13 children and her husband had passed away. And so she's a single mom on a farm raising 13 kids. My dad was the youngest, and so she just self-sacrificed all the time. She had one dress that she wore to church, and it was not a very nice one. It was getting old and raggedy, and she sang a solo in church one time, and then she was in the washroom in a stall, and some ladies walked in, and one of them said, "Oh, wasn't that a lovely solo Sister Lowry did?" And the other one said, "Oh, yes, it was. But that dress!"
Oh, no.
And she never sung in public again.
No.
Which to me was heartbreaking because I knew that about her. But I'm like, well, you're singing now, aren't you?
Yes, sing all you want, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had another one. There's an album that I bought about the pioneers, and there's a song, "The Prayer of the Walking Child." Oh. And it's kind of pretty, and I don't know, it just touched me on a deep level because I have ancestors who were on the trail, and even one who was in the Mormon battalion and all of that. So here I was listening to this song, driving around the city, and I'm just getting so moved by this song, and I'm crying. There's tears running down my face. I'm almost sobbing. I'm thinking of these poor children. And then I thought of my great-great-grandfather, John W. Hess, who was in the Mormon battalion. And I thought, well, I actually said to him, "Grandpa Hess, why did you enter the Mormon battalion?" And didn't I get an answer? He said, "I needed a new pair of boots." Oh. It was kind of like nudge, nudge, wink, wink. He was laughing at me for being so melodramatic. I just burst out laughing. And now I can't wait to meet him because we're going to have a good laugh together about how dramatic I am and how he went through all these hard things and he didn't cry about it probably.
He may have at the time. But if we can look back with humor, that's always helpful, isn't it?
Exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. And yeah, because the Mormon battalion, they were given their uniforms. They were given all this stuff.
New gear, right? Yeah, the boots, like they got all geared up for the trail and stuff. And my grandma, my great-great-grandma was also a laundress that went along with them. I think they had about 8 of them that went along. So it was a rough go, but apparently he didn't get all melodramatic about it.
Maybe he was just trying to make you feel better.
I think so. I think he was bringing some humor. I can't wait to meet him because we're going to have a big laugh together.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and I want to hear all his stories about the trail.
Right? We don't have hardly any stories, right?
We don't have
compared to what actually happened, how much happened, to how much was written down. Yeah. Stay tuned for part 2.